Hey guys, welcome back. Origami here, bringing you another one of our live tabletop matchups. Today, we're going to be playing decks that I think are really cool. Some little bit of more underrated stuff. You know, we got to the left of me, you got bulky, tanky, thick boy, Copperajah Vmax stall. This is actually a list given to me by Gumball, so check him out on Twitch and the Discord. Join the Discord. And to the right, you got Steven, as always. He's playing Luxray. He's actually really excited playing this deck. It's a non-GX lightning deck that has all sorts of cool little cheating ways to evolve your Luxray up, and it can do a lot of damage for 1 energy. So it's actually a really interesting matchup here. So before we end the video, hey, if you guys like these content, drop a like. Sorry it's a little bit late for me to get this up. I'm recording this really early in the morning because I have work. I still have a lot of work. I'm so tired, but it's fine because I want to get this video up for you guys because I think this video is really funny. It's only going to be one game because, as you can imagine, it's stall. It takes a while, and you know, I didn't have all day to record. So we're going to only do one game today. But if you guys want more games, let me know in the comments down below. We can play more. So the whole point of my deck here to the left is Copperajah Vmax with Lucario Melmetal. You just want to reduce the damage you take by a bunch using things like Lucario Melmetal and it's GX Attack, Metal Frying Pan, stuff like that. So that if you have a Frying Pan on a Copperajah Vmax, they now take 60 less damage from attacks if you use your GX Attack with Lucario Melmetal. So Copperajah Vmax has 340 HP, and the attacks don't really matter, but you can attack. And in a different matchup, I would probably say I would be focusing more on attacking, but because the Luxray deck is all about using Scoop Up so that you can constantly be evolving your Pokemon, because I don't take Okos on them, just because, like, I mean, I could if I got 4 energies on Copperajah, but because I don't usually get 4 energies on Copperajah, I'm just moving the camera there, so forgive me there. Because I don't get 4, because I usually don't bother getting 4 energies on Copperajah, because we do play things like Hyper Potion to get rid of the 2 energies anyways, just to heal a bunch. It doesn't really matter too much. So usually we'd be focusing on our lower energy attacks. And he's not a basic. If he was a basic, my Copperajah could do 200 to him, but because this is stage 1, I'm only doing 100. So, you know, there's that. So today we're just going to be focusing on maybe chipping away when we can, but more importantly, getting rid of all of his resources and winning the game while he never takes a knockout. But Luxray is really interesting. So they have a bunch of Shinx with the whole line has abilities, right? Shinx is the old one, I believe, from Lost Thunder, where you can evolve it. If you go second on the first turn, you can evolve your Shinx immediately. Luxio has an ability where if you draw it at the start of your turn, you may bench it immediately. And then we have a Rangaroo to put Luxios back on top of the deck. And then we have Luxray. Now Luxray's attacks are pretty cool. For 1 energy, it does 6 damage plus 100 more damage if you evolved from Luxio that turn. So it has to be specifically from Luxio. So you can hit 160 damage, right? For 1 energy, which can obviously be, you know, bulked up with things like electric powers. And then the second attack for 3 energies, or for 2 energies, is 120. So, excuse me, low energy attack cost, you have 160 HP, it's not too bad. We're playing Super Scoop Up here because we're professionals at this game. We do have access to Will in this game as well, so we can obviously get flip heads on our Super Scoop Ups and our Crushing Hammers in this deck. But yeah, the goal for me is just, you know, to make sure he never takes a knockout. Eventually GX Attack, things like that. And he is just, you know, evolving and trying to take a knockout eventually. So it's a very straightforward game. But the decks themselves are really, really cool. Now, one thing I do think would be really nice, specifically for this matchup, is if the Luxray deck was playing, you know, the other Rangaroo, the resource management one, just to put resources back into his net. Because, like, even though he does have access to 4 electro powers and 4 scoop up nets, he only has 4 electro powers and 4 scoop up nets. So you'll be seeing him really trying to, like, save the resources at the right moments. But here he's gonna hit me for 160. So right now, because it's still early in the game, he hit me for a lot of damage. So now I would like to do something like Hyper Potion, GX Attack, things like that. We are playing Malcornet to get our energies back. We're also playing Galar Mines in this list to disrupt things like Jirachi without having to play an Absol down. So now, do I GX Attack? Do I Hyper Potion? What do I do here? Let's find out. I'm gonna play green. Now the cool thing with the Recycle Energy and Hyper Potion is that you get to put the energy right back into your hand, which is really nice. Not gonna lie, it's pretty helpful. Honestly, makes me want to play 2 Recycle Energies in this deck, but it's fine. I think 1 is enough with the Mount Cornet, just because you really want the Metal Energies so that you can actually do damage. Like we can do 150 with Luxray Elemental, but like with Copperajah, we can do like 100, sometimes 200 for 3 energies, and for 4 energies, we're hitting 240. So if we're getting into one of those matchups where we don't actually mind attaching a bunch of energies to a Pokemon, and we can heal with things like Malolana enough, we can just eventually start taking big knockouts with Copperajah, turning our stall deck into a eventual attacking deck if they don't have any form of disruption as well, which is pretty good. There's the Hyper Potion though. Then we get the Recycle Energy right back, I think, as long as I don't forget to put it back into my hand. Oh, did I put it back in my hand? I don't remember. Whatever, it's fine. I know that we keep the Recycle Energy at some point in this game. Alright, so there we go. And now we're taking 30 less damage from attacks. And now he has to go through the whole evolving part of his combo again. And the Scoop of Net does not get you energies back as well, so we gotta keep that in mind. I know for a while he thought it did. But there we go. Now he's just hitting me for 90, so not too bad, not too shabby. There's Recycle Energy. Okay, I just missed it. I thought I didn't put it back in my hand for some reason. Alright, and once again, guys, sorry for being so groggy sounding. I did just wake up, and I wanted to get this video recorded right away. But if you guys have not liked the video, I would appreciate it if you guys dropped a like. And also, answer the comment question today for not only a chance to win a couple of codes thanks to our lovely sponsors at Guardian Gaming, but also a booster box as well. Today's comment question of the day is, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer the thick boy Copperajah or the ADP Copperajah? I'm going to play Luxray there just because I really want to like abuse my Stevens these games. I'm just going to GX here. So now reduce damage. We have reduced the damage altogether. He's going to stamp me. There's a common theme here. Every time I get cards into my hand, he either plays a Marnie or a stamp. He's going to quick ball here. He's continuing to fill up his board. Jirachi is down. So now I would like to get Galar Mines to disrupt that Jirachi. But he does need quite a bit to take a knockout here. We do reduce damage by 60 right now. So we have a 60, 120, we have 170 on us. In order for him to hit 260, he has to hit us for, what, 90 damage? 90 damage is pretty difficult to do without like the evolution part of his deck. So, but even if he did hit it, it doesn't matter because we got the Copperajah Vmax in the back, which is fully ready to go. There's a super scoop up though. Unfortunate Tails is unfortunate, but no biggie. I'm not really as concerned when it comes to the Luxray Elemental because he's not my win con. He was just the first step. The ugly, disgusting box elephant Pokemon in the back is the win con instead, which is a card I'm not the biggest fan of, but there's the Galar Mine, so now he has forced to play scoop of nets on the Jirachi, which means he has less scoop of nets you can play on his Luxrays. Which is good, unless he of course plays a switch or something like that. But like he can't manually attach; he needs 2 manual attachments if he's going to retreat because it increases the retreat cost by 2. I'm gonna go ahead and get my 3 cards from Steven. Ideally here, I would like to get Oranguru and make it active at some point. So Oranguru, Malolanas, things like that, because I would like to start putting cards back into my deck, like. And I don't mind giving him a prize to do it, just because I'm running low. At this point in the game, I'm running low on scoop ups. I'm running low on what's it called? All I remember, because it's been like a week since we played this game. All I remember is that I was running really low on scoop ups at this point, and I wanted to keep them around, just because I have will, and I can just get a guaranteed heads, a full heal, if you will, full restore. You know how it would be, and deny prizes altogether. But let's see. Alright, and he's going to have to flip because he can't retreat. And there we go, that's good for us. Which means we get another turn to survive here, and we get to use a Hyper Potion. So, because he wasn't able to take a knockout that turn, we are good to go. There's another green. Let's see, what am I getting at this point? I don't play any physical switch in this deck. Maybe a one-up switch wouldn't be bad, but you know, there's only 60 cards allowed in the deck list, so you got to keep that in mind here. It's very, very tight. You can't just throw in things because you want to. And a physical switch, as much as I would like to be able to throw it in just to play Oranguru, we have Tate and Liza, we have Malolana. It's not as fast, but it gets the job done. And also has secondary effects. I would like to get another Frying Pan though. I believe this is the game where it's prized, so I guess if Lucario does get knocked out, we can just Oranguru and shuffle the Frying Pan back in. Because I do play 2, but I believe one of them is prized at this point. Because I feel like at this point in the game, I would have got it, because I know Copperajah is going to have to become active at some point. Just revealing what I got off the green. Because, you know, Stevens is a thing, and I was like, oh, I play Stevens last turn. And there's another stamp. As you can see, stamp every time I search for cards is becoming quite common. But there we go, there's a Marnie. It looks like he's probably going to play the Marnie this turn as well, once he finishes what he has in his hand. Then tap, get my 6 off the stamp, and then let's see, he's going to evolve into the Luxray. He's going to scoop up the Copperajah. Like I said, it's unfortunate that he had to waste that resource, but that's what happens when you got the mine up, and then he's going to go ahead and play the Marnie there. So I already shuffled, and we're going to draw our 4. Ooh, let's see. What do we have? We have a Pokédoll in our hand. We have, I think that's a Stevens as well. There is another, what was that, 100 damage? I believe it's 100 damage. Or 90, one of the two. There's a boss's orders just to pull up the Oranguru, so now that Oranguru has a 4 retreat cost. So it's going to be even more difficult for him to start attacking again. And now we stall some more. Got the Pokédoll down, we can make it active if we need to at any point in the game. There's another scoop up net being used. I believe that's 3 scoop up nets at this point. I believe he used one on the Luxray and then another one on the other guys. But now he's going to go ahead and make the Copperajah finally active, so you can start chipping at that boy. He wants to actually do damage, and his first attack only does 60 if he didn't evolve, and since he didn't evolve that turn, he would have done 0 to Lucario, but at least 30 to Copperajah because we don't have a frying pan on it. So just to put damage on the board, I suppose he wanted to use the boss's orders for that. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves Stevens because I really want to get Oranguru into hand. And then some energies as well, and Tantalizer just so we can switch out of it if we need to. Also, I want to get the recycle energy back into my hand as well, and there's another Marnie. God, okay, 1 Marnie, no, it's 2 Marnies, 2 stamps so far, every time I search. But I wanted to get the Copperajah, not Copperajah, the recycle energy back in my hand as well, which is why I'm trying to find the Stevens, because, you know, recycle energy is pretty good. There you go, hit me for damage. And there's a crushing hammer, just, you know, might as well play it. I don't really have to play it, but, you know, no problem. Let's see, Stevens there, just to end our turn. Start getting the tools back into our hand. Let's see if he Marnies us again. But I most definitely want to get Recycle Energy Oranguru, because I really want to start getting those Super Scoop Up backs, because I had 1 prize and I think I've used 3 at this point. And I want to get those back in my hand. Alright, there we go. So he's debating. I don't know what he's debating. But the Galar Mines has been really useful for disrupting his... oh, there's a Marnie. For disrupting his Jirachi. Of course he waited. You can see me get angry. That's the 6th time this game. Or 5th one, too. I don't know how to count. Don't worry about me. So there is another 90 damage at this point, I believe. Yeah. So now we have, so these things have too much HP. 60, 120, 180. We have 210 HP, 210 damage on us, but we have 340 HP, which means he has to hit us for another 130 to take a knockout, which unless he has Electro Power, he actually can't do. He needs to evolve into an Electro Power in order to pull it off. So it's really difficult for him to do, because he's already run out of a lot of resources at this point in the game. Debating what I want to do here, but I guess we're just going to Stevens. Because he can technically do it, but even if he does do it, I still have Lucario in the back. And if he does take a knockout, that does mean I can finally start using Oranguru, which is what I really want to do, because I really want to get these Scoop Up Nets back. But there is the Luxray, so he's able to pull that part off. There's the Electro Power, so now if he can switch, he can take a knockout, which I believe, well, he has to retreat. Like he needs to retreat with the 2 retreat costs, or use his last Scoop Up Net, because I think he still has 1 more left. But as you can see, his deck's getting real low, and you know what that means. There is a Quick Ball, or no, that's a Research. Okay, yeah. And there's the Electro Power. Oh, he just played double Electro Power to take a knockout with the thing on the bench, because you can hit 120 with 2. That's 180. Minus 60 is enough, or minus 30 is enough, because it's exactly 130. Yeah. So there we go. We can actually put that in the bottom of our deck, start using our Oranguru shenanigans finally. The 1 turn he didn't Marnie us, we can finally do it. So now the concern, because he used, I think that's the, he told me, I remember counting, and I believe that's the last of his Electro Powers. So, like, for now, my board is safe. There's nothing he can do to take a knock, except on, like, Oranguru, of course, because he can hit 120. But, like, we're just debating how much damage is on that thing, and yeah, we're just making it easier to understand, just changing everything to 6, and there we go. We're going 2150. So in order to take a knockout on us, he needs to hit us for, what is that, 110, and then he has to reduce 60 damage. So that means he has to hit us for 150, which is, unless he has an electro power, he can't do. And at this point in the game, he doesn't have any more electro powers. We are able to use Belelba there. So now he only has 3 cards left in his deck. So now we're going to start shuffling cards back in. So there we go. Get those scoop ups back in the deck, and get Belelba down as well, just in case, because he can still add up damage on Lucario. Like right now, he's about to do the exactly what I said. Now he can't take any Okos, but he can at least hit me for 60 damage. Remember here we're just like, oh, it's 90 damage, and then he's like, actually no, it's minus 60. So, and there we go. So just change that back to 3, and then there we go. Oh yeah, because he tried. Oh, this is weird, but it doesn't really change anything. There we go. I'm gonna switch again, Tate and Liza, and go from there. Oh yeah, he only had 1 energy attached, so he could only do Head Bolt for 0. That's what it was. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. So we just used a Ranguru there. He took a knockout, took a prize. He hit me for 0 last time because he only had 1 energy, and we did reduce damage by 0. There's another Marnie trying to stop the Belelba from winning him the game, of course, as you should. And I'm gonna actually cut his deck this time. Let's see. I don't know how many cards he has left in his deck, but it doesn't matter because I was like, dude, you definitely pay like 8 Marnies at this point, is what I told him. And then he's just like, no, I didn't. And there you go. I put the Recycle Energy back because, of course, I discarded it by accident. And there he goes, drawing 5 for my turn. He took a knockout on a Doll. And at this point, we're just looking to play Scoop Up to win the game. There's another Lucario in my metal, so we can leave that active if we need to. Let's see what we got in hand. We do have green. There's not really much I want to do here. I could grab Belelba, but like at this point in the game, there's no reason to. I just want to make sure he can't win the game. So I'm just going to grab double Scoop Up here. I could have grabbed Scoop Up Will, but that would delay it by a turn, and like I don't really trust that. So I'm just going to go for double Scoop Up. If I get double tail, it's just unfortunate. But like I said, there should be no way he can take a knockout here. So let's see. There's a heads immediately, and with that he just scoops because he knows he's got 5 cards left in his deck and no more resources left. So there's literally no way he could win the game with the time that he has left in the game, and especially since I play Belelba in my deck. So that's gonna be the game, guys. It is, like I said, quite the milly stally game. Even though like we didn't really mill that much, we just kind of milled 1 card the entire game, or 1 time the entire game. But that was enough. We managed to run through his resources. Copperajah has won the game. Once again, this is a deck that's by Gumball. Great guy, awesome guy. He's part of the Discord, and he has his own Twitch, so don't forget to check him out on Twitch. I will try to link him in the description. If I don't, I'm sure he'll remind me in the comments. So shout out to you guys. Don't forget to answer the comment question today and drop that like if you haven't already. You guys know the drill. And yeah, I have a fun Inteleon versus Dragapult video coming out next because me and my buddy Dark Espion, we always get into these arguments every time we do these videos. Every time I do these like pre-release quote unquote videos where we start playing the decks before their release date, and we had a fun argument about like Dragapult versus Inteleon, why Inteleon is inferior to Dragapult in pretty much every way. And I was arguing that I think Inteleon is a different strategy that can be potentially powerful against every deck in the meta that isn't lightning decks. So we're going to do a matchup to see, because the argument was that their decks are really similar. So we're doing a matchup to see like why they're not similar, like which one can come on top in these matchups, things like that. So I'm really excited about that video because that was a really fun video. So don't forget to drop a like and let me know if you guys want to see that video right away. I will have the deck profiles for both these decks up very soon, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.